Holy shit, dude. What the like where okay, all right. Where do I even start with this? Okay, a report came out yesterday that Roy Halladay had methamphetamines in his system when he crashed the plane that killed him. First of all, I thought we already knew he had drugs in his system. I thought that was a widely known thing. I thought that came out a long time ago and everybody, had their comments back then and we're over it now. So I'm on Twitter and I see 97.5, the Fanatic, tweet this poll right here. And my initial reaction was, dude, what? What? I know sports are slow right now. Well, sports don't exist right now. So you're looking for anything you can fucking find to interact with people, to get clicks on the internet, to get attention. And this sure as hell did it, bro. But this is a little bit across the line here, okay? This kind of comment is so judgmental, is so insensitive, is so despicable to me. It's just ridiculous that a professional company organization would say something like this just publicly on Twitter. Bam. Like first of all, it's 2020, okay? It's not 1960. We have compassion for people in 2020. We have understanding, even people who use drugs or have drug abuse issues. So a report comes out saying Roy Halladay had methamphetamines in his system when he crashed the plane, and 97.5, the Fanatic asked, does this change your perspective on him? Like, bro, who am I? And especially, who are you as a sports radio organization to judge somebody who was on a high level of methamphetamines flying an airplane? Nah, it sounds ridiculous. I'm not saying it's okay to do that. I'm not saying anybody should ever have methamphetamines in their system while flying an airplane. What I'm saying is the guy's dead. He died by himself. He didn't kill anybody else. And it was clear that he was struggling with something, some kind of mental health issue. There was some level of depression or addiction or something for somebody like him of his stature to have that amount of drugs in his system. I would say the consensus feeling is sadness. It's sad that he died. It's sad that he was in a situation where he would do that many drugs. It's sad that he was on such a level of athlete and such a social status and made so much money and still felt the need to put those kind of drugs in his system. It's sad. 97.5 is asking the question like automatically people should be judging. People should be thinking less of. Like, that's such an old conservative way of viewing something. That's so anti-progressive. That's so old school. Oh, forget him. He's a drug addict loser. One of the people that talks like that. I got family members with issues. I got friends that have issues. I got friends that have been to rehab, out of rehab, into rehab, out of rehab. Am I sitting here and anytime somebody posts something on Facebook that says something like that, I have no sympathy for somebody that sticks a needle in that. I hate that kind of shit, bro. I absolutely hate it. I am not that person. I don't know what that person was going through to want to do something like that to themselves. And I, as a human being, am not in a position to judge somebody. Right? It's like, clearly there's a mental issue going on when somebody wants to do that, because people who are mentally stable, I'm not saying I'm mentally stable, but I would like to say that I'm, for the most part, mentally stable. People that are mentally stable don't do that kind of thing. So somebody who is at the level where they want to do that is clearly not mentally stable and has a lot going on, and we need to be more understanding as a human race. Understanding. We need to look at people and understand why they wanted to do this. These kind of things will never go away if we don't ever figure out at least some percentage of why somebody would want to do that. What happened throughout their life, during their childhood, maybe some kind of imbalance in the brain, chemical imbalance. We need to help people. We don't need to look down on people and demean them for doing something that we wouldn't do. Now, if Roy Halladay died driving drunk and killed some innocent people, that's probably a different story. But he was by himself, and he killed himself. He had drugs in his system. I just feel sadness for the whole situation, and I don't think a radio station should be tweeting a question like this. What do you guys think? Let me know what you think. Well, to answer their poll question, No. No, it doesn't change my perspective on him. It doesn't change the way I view him as a player, obviously. He's one of the greatest pitchers of all time. Took us to the World Series. He was a huge part of the whole situation. He's one of the greatest Phillies pitchers of all time. What he did in his personal life had no effect on me, and I'm not one to... I don't have an opinion on it. I watch sports. You understand? If we met with every single athlete that we enjoy watching play sports and talked to them every day and found out how they really are as a person, there would probably be a lot of them that we don't necessarily agree with or like. Personally, that's not my job. That's not your job. That's not a sports radio station's job to even comment on. We're here to talk about sports, comment on sports. What was Roy Halladay as an athlete? It's not your place to judge what Roy Halladay was as a person. That's all I got, man. DJ Eastwood, run it back. Home of the most brutally honest Philly sports takes. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button, man. I just can't believe somebody would say it's 97.5 too. Like, of course it's 97.5. WIP and 97.5 are both trash. They're both trash. All they do is what every radio station does. Say things to try to get attention because radio is dying. Radio is dying, and they're reaching every day. Radio is dead. In a pandemic like this, there's not even sports on TV. You know how much money radio stations like that are losing? What are they even talking about every day? I don't listen to it, so I don't know, but bro, come on. You're reaching. You're reaching hard. Knock it off, 97.5. Knock it off. You guys have a good day, man. Peace.